Check 1 2. Check check check.
Watch.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2024 Curling Alberta Senior Men's Provincial Semifinal. We've got James Pahl versus Wade White, Team Pahl versus Team White. In our semifinal here, you're treated to a real amazing match here. You got the past two champions for the past 7 years for senior men's provincials. James Pahl is two-time defending champion, and the 5 years previous to James Pahl winning, Wade White won senior men's provincials. So obviously two very consistent teams, two teams that have been here before. They're in the semifinal. One's going to go on to the final versus Hellwig, and we should be in for a good match here. So starting off, pretty standard opening guard by the white team. Nice center guard. We are playing with the center line no tick rule. So when those lead guards are touching the center line, the rock cannot be ticked or moved off the center line. We're just watching here. Little rub, that's okay, because that center line rock did stay on the center line, so no foul there. If it had been ticked off the center line, the non-offending team would have the choice to leave it as is or put it back and remove the thrown stones. So I think James Pahl is looking for his lead to come in there, so a little bit short, but we'll see how the teams respond.
Go Barry.
So Wade looking to bury around the other side here now. Wade White's team consists of George White at lead, Dan Holloway-Chuck at second, Barry Shadoruk at third, and Barry, apologies if I butchered your last name there, and Wade White at skip. James Pahl, you see in the house right now.
Yep.
His lead is John Schmidt.
Whoa.
Lead is John Schmidt. Second is Kelly Moth. Third is Mark Klink, and skip is James Pahl.
I think first.
Yeah, we might stop.
No chance.
And John coming in a hair heavy here. James saying no chance that it's going to stick around, but
corrected.
Yeah.
he stands corrected, folks.
Like this or
James has pretty high standards.
fair?
So, all right, Wade looking to bring it around. So these two teams getting right after it. They've been here all week, obviously, and know the ice. So these guys are taking no prisoners in the first end, and on both teams on the offense. It's a race to the button here. So here's the first shot from Dan Holloway-Chuck.
Start it around. Round, go. No, we can't be winding them off. Bounce off of it.
All right, Wade not super happy with that end result. Didn't want
You got it all?
to leave a double there.
Yeah, well, throw normal.
So James looking to take advantage of that early mistake and hoping to take these two red rocks out. They're lined up.
Oh, John. Oh, no, Kelly. No, Mark. Whoa.
Looking to keep it straight.
Whoa, we're good.
They must be
Whoa,
pretty close.
John, roll it.
Nice
Shot.
double there. Great shot. Gets rid of the trouble stones. Wade has a chance to hit and roll inside now. He's just looking to get back in behind those guards. It's Dan Holloway-Chuck coming down again. Going to play the little hit and roll here. Probably looking for about a control weight.
Whoa. Oh, two down for the double. For the double.
A little wide on that one, so didn't get the inside roll that he wanted. James is ignoring that rock.
Copy.
I'm going to guess it's hard for me from my angles. I'm not quite right behind the sheet, and we don't have an overhead cam today. So not sure who's shot, but James isn't worried about that right now. He's looking to get into that buried 4-foot.
Okay, clean.
Somewhere
Yep.
near the center line, touch and 4 would
Yep.
be the ideal shot here.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
James has the luxury of ignoring that red rock because it's out in the wide open.
Hard. Hard, 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 hard. Whoa.
He's got hammer, so he's looking to take over that control zone, we call that. That top 4 foot, and great shot coming in right on top of tee. Buried behind the 2 guards. So he did overcurl a touch, though. Wade can come down and corner freeze this. So an opportunity here for Wade. Needs a good shot. Out of his 3rd, Barry Shadorak. I'm going to try that again. Barry Shadorak. I think that's how you pronounce that. We got one other game going on today. That's the ladies semifinal. It's Michelle Hartwell versus Atina Ford Johnson's team. Tina lost a close one last night in an extra end to Deb Santos. It was a great game, real battle back and forth. So she's looking for a second chance to get back to the final. Deb Santos and her Masters team, they've won Masters as well this year. They went straight through the final last night. So. And Michelle Hartwell beat Delia De Jong in the other Page playoff game. So by losing that, the De Jong team is out. Hartwell advanced here to the semifinal and faced, obviously facing Atina.
You got room. There goes, yep.
We are broadcasting the women's game. The women's semifinal is on the Curling Alberta YouTube site. So you can just go to YouTube and search Curling Alberta. And you should find that if you want to watch the women's game. So we do have a camera on that. We don't have any commentary on that game, but we do have a camera on it at least. This afternoon, we will feature the women's game and commentate on that, and then we'll put the other camera system on the men's final. Both games are going at the same time, so lots of exciting action here at the Calgary Curling Club. If you're looking for something to do and you don't want to listen to me, come on down to the club. We'd love to have you down here. The competitors would love to have a great lounge full of people watching, so we'd love to have folks come on down. All right. Wade's team just settling in here with a nice little tap.
Yeah, so like back 8. Or else. Red shot. Plus you ram it on the nose. Or just peel it off. That'd be tough. Yeah, we can try and get one here. Not a whole pile, but you just get one here and try. You can throw the same weight. You bump it a hair, it's fine.
Okay, so James confirming that red is shot. They had a couple options. They're just looking to do a little jiggle, a little bump here. Not too panicked yet. They could have played the hit and try and clear things out. You're probably going to lose, you'd lose shot rock, and you might lose that back yellow as well. Again, objective here is get yourself in an ideal scoring position. They've got hammer, so how can they get 2 out of this? He's going to overcurl a bit here, so not the result that he wants.
Yeah. Guard.
So I think Wade all in on the guard here. He's shot rock, so he's going to be guarding for his life and hope to steal this end. And with those guards overlapped a bit, if Wade gets in the right spot, he should be in a pretty good place to steal. So let's see if he can keep it above the house. and just kind of hook underneath or just above the guards, just off center line.
George, come off here. Okay, whoa, no, Dad.
So he was just a hair wide there. Used that yellow rock to tick off of. Worked out perfect.
Rather no.
Let's listen to
Even
what
if you
James has
happen
to
to
say
hit this
here.
side of it, just a hair is fine. No hit, well, at least we should be laying one.
Does this yellow go? That one yellow?
Right there.
So yeah, as James mentioned, pretty good guard there from Wade White, but the one thing he didn't achieve is to kind of hook underneath that the other set of guards, and it left James the straight run back. So never easy when you're running your opponent's rocks in, but there is a shot available here, and James, if he does this right, should be sitting one at the end. So he's looking for pretty close to a nose hit, I think. He's got a little variance either side, but it's pretty much a nose hit run back that should pop the shot red rock out and leave himself sitting one, maybe two if he does it perfect. Great shot, exactly what he called. Just a fabulous shot there. So Wade's got no choice here. He's going to try and draw the other side, come around. He might be able to get shot out of this. It won't be easy. Looks like we got tons of curl today. They're putting the broom on the edge of 12, and he's going to try and grab a piece of the button there. He's going to try and grab as much of that button as he can see. If he does it right, he will be mostly buried, I think.
Take on that shot for 3 or 4?
I think it flips out one, but maybe for 3.
That's what happens first. How's our year?
So they like the line. This is calling for weight. And Waite's looking pretty close here. Didn't quite have the line that he wanted. Waite was perfect. He's almost right to tee. Just a hair wider than he wanted to be. So James looking to see, is there a triple for multiple points here?
See enough of it.
I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe.
So this may be the shot for 2.
Yeah.
Right?
So James is calling. He can come off the outside red and roll into the 4-foot and scores deuce that way.
Well, a natural half, eh?
Not a lot of risk in this shot. I mean, if you make it, great, you score your 2. If you don't, you can't hurt yourself. So
Ooh, that is so close to being there, eh?
So James just making a comment that the triple might be there.
I
He's,
think
he's
it's just
tempted.
not jams it.
Can't take everything, right?
That's the
Well, no,
that's the
because
eternal
I don't
question:
think it-
risk versus reward, right? What would you do? YouTube. We got a few folks watching on YouTube. If anybody's got their YouTube channel open, you want to throw some comments in, I'd love to hear what you would do in this situation. Would you try the triple, or are you going to go the in off and slightly easier shot, but not easy?
Hard Kelly!
Double.
Hard Kelly!
Sweeping for the curl, little wide, didn't quite get it. So scores is 1. So 1-0 after the first end. James Pahl over Wade White. Some good action so far. Meanwhile, on the ladies' side, excuse me,
Yeah.
I said to the
Tina Ford Johnson. She started with hammer, and I believe she started with hammer, and she scored 1 in the first end. So same score, both games. 1-0 Pahl over White, and 1-0 Ford Johnson over Hartwell. Teams will just reset here.
Thanks. Yours just curled up
Oh,
at
we
the
got
end,
some
eh?
viewers in from Arizona. Great to see. Thanks, Mom.
Top 4.
All right, so James starting off action here again. Staying on the aggressive, coming right into the house.
Line's tight.
He's going to see, is Wade going to, second end, is Wade going to go with the corner guard or is
Hard
he going
boys.
to play for the blank and hit him? Being the second end, my guess is that Wade will probably call the corner
Get it
guard.
here if you can. Tight as you can.
So, shorter
Okay.
than what he called. But that's okay. You're on the center line. If you're not going to get right to where the skip called, a tight center guard touching the center line isn't a bad plan B.
Be buried.
This one looking really nice, coming just in behind the guard, not quite touching 4 foot. Great shot. So James calling for a corner freeze on that now.
Yep.
His lead, George
Hard
White,
line.
looking to. Oh, James
Hard
is calling
boys.
hard line right off the hop,
Okay, you're good now.
saying things are good. They've kept the brooms down, so
Okay, line's good.
don't think he's overthrown this.
Okay, then off it, off it, off it.
He's coming down, should do
that
just
one
a
pretty
little
good.
tap.
Okay,
Tap that a little more than they wanted. They didn't want to roll off there. Kind of important to have stayed on the corner of that one, so a little bit of a sweeping mistake on that one. They were a little hotter than they wanted to be. Wade's coming down here and hoping to make a little inside flop here. If he can do this, he'll be in pretty good shape. So.
Oh.
So that was lead John Schmidt. Got a bit inside. Wade not wasting any time. James. James not wasting any time. He's going straight to the
Nose
run
hit.
back here. Nose hit. If you're a hair off nose, you might get rid of both. That's not really the main objective here. Really, it's keep
You be
control
up.
of this center line, the control zone. So a nice straight run back. It is fairly short, so anywhere near nose, you should get this.
be up.
Yeah, and James just saying, make sure you keep your weight up here. Want to take the curl out of the equation.
No. No, 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 stay close. Mark, mark. Hard.
That caught him just at the end there. He did get the
Look, help.
outside one though, so didn't quite get it the way he wanted. James is kind of giving up control of that center line now.
We get the oh, try if you want.
Wade saying that they could clear everything out here if he wants. Looking like a crotch double, and you might be able to get the shooter to roll up and out as well if you do. Those shots are always tougher than you think. You got to hit it in just the right spot. You're a hair too thick or too thin, and you wind up either getting one or nothing out of the deal. This is Dan Holloway-Chuck throwing.
Wow, that worked out really well.
James Pahl just acknowledging a great shot from Dan Holloway-Chuck there. Yeah, real pistol. He came right down, hit it in just the
Same
right
weight.
spot, and then
Round
lined
it
him
back.
up behind the guard. It is the opposition's guard, but nonetheless, that was as good an outcome as you could possibly get. So the Pahl team needs to respond here with a good run back. They're going to look. The triple is possible. You got to hit it just a hair off center, and you should be able to get rid of both reds, but not an easy shot. These guys on TV always make it look easy, but when you're on
Oh,
the ice,
stay
folks,
close.
it's never as easy as you think,
Mark. Mark.
or as they make it look.
Hard mark.
Calling for the curl here.
Good shot. Good
And
boy.
just like that, just like you drew it up, they were going to ran out both Red Rocks. Wow, some amazing curling here early on a Sunday morning at the Calgary Curling Club.
Throws Kelly. Attaboy. I thought he'd over curled it.
Yeah, the guy's still
Yeah.
talking about the
Ours is just
hit and
maybe
roll
just a
behind the
hair
guard
ahead of
there.
the
They're
guard. Just not much.
still
just a
admiring
hair,
that
eh?
shot. And that's the respect that we got in this game. It's great to see two great teams that have played each other a ton of times and have a lot of respect for each other. So great to hear that out on the ice.
Yeah, take it, take it.
Okay, so by the guard, picks the
Righto,
shot
George.
rock out, rolls to the open.
Oh, that's a monster, eh? And sweep. Holy man. You don't miss deep. Just want to play normal here or house?
I didn't quite catch that, but they might have been comparing
Okay.
themselves to
Right
the Joel Returnez team and the sweepers from there. Those are some beasts. These guys might be giving themselves a little bit of credit. that Italian team is pretty good, so
Clean.
those are pretty big
Yep.
boys.
John. Hard, John. Right to it, John. Right to it.
Little
Okay.
hit and roll here. Kind of surprised James wasn't sweeping that a little bit harder and get fully behind the guard. It might not have got there anyways, but he's a little distracted taking the raised rock or the shot rock off the ice. So we've got some pretty good swing here at the Calgary Curling Club this week. Our ice team, Rob Fisk and his crew, have done just an amazing job. Speed's been really, really quick, and you know, a solid 4 feet of curl at least most games, 4 to 4.5 feet. So they've been able to get around guards. So even if that one had been buried, it was probably going to be accessible anyways. So. James content just to keep things simple here.
Yep, same weight.
Keep the end open. He's looking to hit and stick.
Yep.
It's not looking great
Yep.
for Wade White to pull out a deuce on this end, so
Yep.
James Pahl's in a happy spot.
Clean.
Not saying that a deuce
Yep.
isn't possible because there is a guard out there, but
Shot.
James has a decision to make here. Do you go behind the guard or do you hit for now? Looks like they're sticking with the hit, so.
Got into Kelly this morning. Gonna start having for breakfast, whatever.
Nice clean hit. Kept it simple. Stuck around. And my guess is we're on our way to Blanktown.
Yep.
You want to go around that?
James just asking his third, or sorry, Wade just asking his third buried. Do we want to go around the guard, or are we gonna, with his final 2 rocks, is he gonna push it? So we'll see. They're gonna assume that James is gonna make this shot, wide open hit. Should be made 9 times out of 10.
Clean. Yep, John. Oh, clean. Just clean. Yep. Yep.
And just like that, James does the hit and stick. Got a little bit of an inside roll, and the white team wasting no time. Not gonna. They are on timers. They start with 30 minutes of thinking time.
Just have to. He's somewhat ready here. We'll have to.
And it might
speed
get our
curl here
camera
for the
guys
end,
just to adjust the shot next time, and we'll get those we'll get
23
those shot
minutes,
clocks in the camera for you, so you
7
can see the time. Perfect. Thanks, guys. That'll change that set, and there. Yeah, so you can see the teams right now pretty even. James Pahl has a little less time than Wade White, but they're within a minute of each other, so no panic yet. So Wade White coming down, nose hit, right what he called. James already in the hack, saving some time, and he's just going to look to hit and stick here as well. We haven't had anybody run out of time this week that I heard. Terry Meek was down to his last 9 seconds for a shot against Wade White, and unfortunately they did not make the shot.
Kelly.
He was a little bit rushed. So,
Okay.
yeah, time does play a factor in these games. Wade just enough to get rid of that. He would have liked to have stuck around there, but not the end of the world. So Wade White gets to go to school here and pick a line that he thinks he might need later on in the game and learn from it. He'll be throwing it through, obviously, but a little bit of an advantage to him. He gets to pick a line that he wants and learn a little bit about the ice conditions. So that rock's going to come through. No problems there. And in the meantime, over on the ladies' sheet, Tina Ford Johnson is going down for her last shot of the end. Looks like, what's the setup here? So it looks like we got some guards up front. I'm going to say Hartwell is shot rock for sure. Atina's laying second, buried. And Hartwell does have 2 other rocks. So Hartwell's sitting 1, 3, and 4. Tina Ford Johnson is sitting second shot. So she needs to make a good one here. She's looking for a corner freeze on shot rock. Definitely wants to stay in the rings. Definitely wants to be in here. Thanks, guys, for getting the cameras over to that sheet. That's amazing camera work by Brian and Greg this morning. So she's coming down. She's a little hotter than she maybe wants, but if nothing else in front of that, so just protecting that second shot
guys.
rock.
Clean
So Michelle Hartwell is going to have a free draw to the 4-foot for her 2 points.
Because I'd
I think Katina was a little hotter on that one than she wanted.
Okay.
You might as well stay on this shot, guys. Let's watch it, and then we'll go back to the men's game. Oh, Michelle Hartwell doing some cat-like reactions to catch her broom there. She's getting set up in the hack. Good stuff. So she needs to touch 4 here. Needs to touch 4 to make sure to get her 2 points. She should be close. And she's got
Tight
backing
guard.
if she needs it, so. The only thing she can't be is heavy and wide. Looks like she's coming in here, although, well, this
Line's tight.
has a chance to roll. Oh, and rolled just a hair too far, I believe. That should be just a score of 1.
Oh. No,
So I'll wait for the official to put up the score, and I'll just confirm that. But I think it was just a score of 1 for Michelle Hartwell to tie that game up. So, meanwhile, back to our feature game with the men.
Hey, John.
So Wade White blanked the second end, and he's put up the corner guard. Meanwhile, James has come into the house. It was a little deeper than he wanted, those 2 rocks, but so White with the double takeout. James just trying to decide if that touched the boards or not.
Yeah, if it's over that.
Because it's over the white piece,
If it's over the white, right?
Yeah, I think it's over the white piece.
Yeah, it's a double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think it would really come into play anyways. you'd
Full
need
house.
2 rocks to jam onto that before it ever touched the rings, but good to see the teams agree and decide to kick the rock off.
Oh, clean. Just clean. Clean. Yep. Oh, good. Clean. And a boy, Kel.
So the Pahl team with the little hit and flop there, keeping things busy over on the open side, keeping it away from that guard, not really giving Wade White a great opportunity. There is a hit and roll here. It is pretty long, so never an easy shot when you're doing those cross-house rolls, perfect behind the guard. So here comes Wade White's second, Dan Hollowaychuk. These guys have all curled together for years and years. I get to say that because they're playing in the senior men's provincials now, so jokes about age aside, but these guys know each other quite well, know their releases, know their throws.
Yep. Oh. John. Good, clean. Oh, this thing is going hard now. Shot.
Okay, so Wade getting the calling
Just
for
roll,
the
Cal.
hit and roll here now. James did roll a little bit towards center, so making the roll for Dan Hollowaychuk just a little bit easier. He's got some pretty good weight on this. Not touching it. Wade saying we're good, so got fairly close nose there. Did roll out a little bit. I think he was looking for the roll the other way, but
House.
James just saying keep it in play, keep it in the house. Let's hit this on the nose.
We're pretty high now. No, we're good though. He's not going to roll under.
We got some folks starting to arrive here watching. I see Wade Johnson,
Kelly.
the husband of Atina Ford Johnson,
Hard,
just
Kelly.
joined, walked
Good.
into the lounge here.
Good
So
boy.
we might have to call him over and get some commentary.
Or you want to hit one more time? We can, no, we can nose it.
Okay, so Wade taking a look. If he was to draw behind the guard right now,
Nose it.
shot, no. Going back to the nose hit here. Wade could have ignored it, although it is an odd end, so he might be just as content with the blank and the even or the odd end here. Keep hammer and go hard for his deuce in end number 4.
Yeah.
These teams are being very cautious this morning, not putting a lot of risk out there. Ton of respect for each other. And now as I say that, he hits and rolls, and does he roll out? I believe that's out, yep.
What do you like? You want to peel it or this? Let's do that.
Yeah, so James keeping the pressure on. keeping the play over in keeping the play over in the open side of the house. So this is Mark Klink, whose grandfather apparently, and Mark's brother Michael was on YouTube yesterday and gave us some hints. Their grandfather represented Saskatchewan at the first Brier in 1927, so some amazing history there.
Take a look. Take a look.
Their mom
Take a
also
look.
completed in a senior
Kelly, whoa,
provincials,
just clean, just
senior,
clean is fine.
yeah, senior ladies provincials for Manitoba in the, I believe
That's
it was
good,
in
that's
the,
good.
I can't remember the year. So, anyways, some great. Was it the 90s, Brian? Yeah. So some great family history from the Klinks. I can't imagine what it would have been like in 1927,
not right
traveling
now.
to Toronto to the Briar. That would have been an amazing, amazing thing. Oh, great-grandfather, Michael. Thank you for clarifying that. Michael just came back on YouTube and clarified
Right
he's their
one here?
great-grandfather. That does make sense. You guys are old, but not
Yep.
that old.
Right there.
Yeah, I gave you an inch.
I'll try and get it
Threw it better.
around that. It's just no more than just
Tight.
biting the 8 foot, eh?
How's the sound
15 will get you
from,
there, no problem,
for all our
huh, eh?
YouTube viewers, how is the sound from our players' microphones?
Hey,
We've
15 will
been
get you there.
trying to dial these in a little bit, and I'm trying to balance between
Yep.
hearing the players and not getting your ears blasted out. So if anybody on YouTube can give me a shout out and let me know how the player sound is, that'd be great.
Okay. Got room. 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 Whoa. No. No, 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 no. Oh. No.
James wanting to stay high here, not wanting to get behind T-line.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks everybody for giving me that the sound is better today. That's good to know. Appreciate everybody staying with us. You got some amateur volunteers running this TV show here
Yeah,
today,
well,
so
that happens lots.
it's a lot of fun for us,
But that's okay.
and we get to watch some great curling action too.
I'm not getting paid to do this job, so
So
Nearly enough.
trying to get a little aggressive here. Let's see.
So Wade looking to come down, just get rid of the James Pahl stone. He should be able to see a good portion of it. That guard does start getting his line of sight, but
Maybe close.
is he going to get the rollout here or a jam? Oh, that might have, it did jam.
Same throw.
So Wade White, a little bit of a mistake there. An unfortunate jam for him. So James
Yeah,
Pahl, a little bit
get
of an
more ice
advantage
and
here.
just-
He's
yeah.
going to split the house. My team likes to call this the junior deuce, where we split the house and force the opposition
Yeah,
to
I think so.
either draw against two or miss it, and
No,
then
same
we
ice,
score
just
two.
It'll curl.
It's a
We-
quick
you
way
know,
to manufacture
hammered
two out of
playing
nowhere.
it.
So
Who
that
cares?
being
As long as
said,
you're
I
in the
don't know.
ring.
Wade White hasn't missed too many wide open houses on draws, so won't hold your breath for that one, folks. But definitely an advantage back to the Pahl team here. He's just looking to anywhere in the rings, not setting up a
It's
double.
there.
Keep
It's
these
there.
rocks split as far apart as possible. And then he'll force Wade White into a draw for one, and James will get hammer back. And apparently I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought James was going to the opposite side of the rings.
Down to it, or?
Okay.
It did
Yeah,
achieve the
I
same
knew what I was
objective,
going
I
for.
guess.
Watching you
Yeah.
just to make sure I seeing the right thing.
My mind, the risk
Well,
of playing to that
accomplished.
side of the house
Yeah,
is
mission accomplished.
put it in the worst possible spot. You could leave a double and a roll out and let your opposition off the hook, but James didn't make a mistake, so Wade forced to draw full 8, not quite 4 foot for his here in end number 3. I'll spare you from the Kleenex nose blowing there. That's Wade looking pretty good here. Should come in just nice. Yeah, full 4 foot.
Shot, Wade.
Never a doubt. James acknowledging a great shot by Wade. So we're tied up after 3 here at the 2024 Alberta Senior Men's Provincial Semifinal. Meanwhile, over on sheet E for the ladies, Wow, we got a ton of rocks in place. So Atina Ford Johnson is laying, I'm going to guess at least 3, possibly 4.
No
Her,
sense of
you
us
can see
both
your
fucking our
top
backs like
rock
everyone
is
said in the past,
on
eh?
the button, on the pin, but everything else is behind. They've got guards up in place. The Hartwell team really needs to come in with a good one here, and she looks like she did. Tap that just a little bit. So great shot by Hartwell. That was a pressure shot, boy. If she ever wrecked on those guards or came up short, she's in a world of trouble there. So Atina looking to just corner freeze this top rock. Yeah, if you just touch a quarter of that rock, that would be perfect. I think red is still shot rock in this case. She did tap things, but I believe
Right here is fine.
I believe
She's
red is
upside
sitting
it.
1 right now. So Tina needs a good one here. She's going to want to just touch probably about 1/8 of that rock even. 1/8 to 1/4 of that rock would be absolutely perfect. She's really trying to set up the angles
Okay,
here.
go then.
So we'll stick
Line's
with the
really good.
ladies for a couple shots here before we go back
go
to the
then.
men.
Keep going. Line's really good. Keep her going. Okay. Okay, you're by. You're by. It's right here, top 8. Yep. Yep, hard mark. Shot, Johnny.
Some great camera work by Greg Hamilton here. Good job, Greg. Thanks for running that joystick. I know if Brian and I were on that joystick, we'd be zooming all over the place here. So very smooth operations. This is looking pretty close. I don't want to bounce off too much. Really nice shot. Great shot by Atina. Can we just pull that down just a hair more, Greg? Can you pull that camera down? I just want to see if I can figure out. There we go. That might be too. Red might be second shot. Their shot for sure. Might be second shot.
Pretty good.
Now the question is, can Michelle come down and sit into that pocket? Can you get through that port and take everything away?
Same throw.
Really delicate shot here by Michelle Hartwell. The ladies' game has been some great action as well. Has been all week. They
You
put
got
on
room
a
on
great
this
show.
one. Oh, okay, more. No,
We had
that's not good.
so we had 10 ladies teams in their provincial, and there were 8 men's.
You got more
So the
room on
ladies
this one.
had
Well
4
then,
teams
off
qualify
mark.
into a page playoff. The men
Okay, well,
out of
that's-
the 8 teams
I
had
don't know. No.
3.
No.
So they're doing a semifinal and a final for the men. The ladies are pounding this one the whole way. I don't think she's going to get there. I think she's going to be short on this one. So, Atina, what kind of magic do you have? Is there any? Wow, that's 1, 2. That's five red rocks in play. But that yellow rock's pretty guarded. I don't think there's any way to get rid of it. So can Atina thread the needle, come through that port, and rest in there for 2, possibly 3? Not quite sure. She's looking at it. Some more family members showing up here. Lead Corey Morris for the Atina Ford Johnson. I see your husband. Some kids here, so great to see Sean down supporting. Okay, so Atina setting up in the hack here. Looking to. That is a tight port to come through, folks. Holy smokes! Let's see what kind of magic she has. So you need the perfect combination of weight and speed, line. Ladies are going hard on it. I'm calling this one. Is she by the guard? It's close. Wow. Oh, just a slight rub there. That was close. All right, so they're saying one for sure, and looks like it's going to be a measure for second shot. Good stuff. So we'll switch back over to the men's game, and I'll give the update when the official comes out with the measuring stick, and we'll see where we land. Meanwhile, the men have had more rocks in play now than they've had all game. This is great to see. So, all right.
If you bump it a hair, it's fine. So same weight.
So James just looking to come to the pocket here, saying it's okay to bump the red a bit.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Gotta go. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, no. Disaster.
Why do you want to do that now? Or what?
Okay, folks, I've got a special guest in the booth with me here.
On that.
Who's joined me here? What's your name? Cooper. Cooper, what's your last name? Oh, hang on. Cooper, I got to turn your microphone on. We're going to do that again. Okay, Cooper, can you tell us your full name again?
Cooper
Run that.
Cooper, what's your last name?
Morris.
Cooper Morris. Cooper Morris is in the booth with us. And who are you here watching today, Cooper?
Corey.
You're watching Corey. And who's Corey?
My mom.
Your mom. That's awesome. Is she curling good today?
Yes.
Yeah? That is good. Did you give her any tips this morning before she went out on the ice?
No.
You didn't? Oh. Do you ever give your mom any tips?
No.
You don't? Oh. Are you a curler too?
Yes.
Yes? You've curled before?
Yes.
Good stuff. Do you like curling?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, your mom's doing pretty good. They just scored. What did they score here? The official just put up. Oh, they only got one out of that. I think they were hoping for 2 points, but they only got one in theirs. So that was close. But your mom's doing a good job. Are you proud of her?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. What do you think of this TV business?
Cool.
Cool? Yeah? Do you think you could be a commentator someday?
Maybe.
Maybe. I think you're doing a pretty good job. We might have to get you back down here again next year, you think? Would you come back?
I guess.
You guess? Good stuff. All right. Well, Cooper, thanks very much for joining us in the booth today. You did a great job. How about we have a go, Mom, go? Can you give me a go, Mom, go?
Go, Mom, go.
Good job, buddy. All right. Give me a high five. Thanks, Cooper. Thanks
Well.
for joining us. You're off the hook. Good job, pal. That's awesome. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed that.
Run it back.
Back to our game here.
Like that.
Whoa. No, John, stay close. Whoa, yep, John. Whoa, 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 no, Kelly, no. Better, attaboy.
So great run back by the Pahl
Good
team
shot.
there. So White laying, what is it, 1-2. 1-2. Pahl is third shot, and then White is 4-5. So that is a lonely yellow rock. Pahl does have hammer in this end, but White's kind of a little bit in control here. Now those rocks are behind tee, so James Pahl isn't in too much of a panic yet. Still not quite set up the way he would like, I think. So if Wade White can sink another one in here, I think he's looking to come around the guard and just protect that pocket, we'll call it. No. Wade doesn't want to be that deep. Well, not too bad, but James Pahl can come down, freeze the corner of this, jiggle things around a little bit,
You're all like
build
back
up
eight.
a pretty big wall for himself. Yeah, he's looking for calling back 8 here, so looking to jiggle things around a little bit, just get that wall even a little bit better for himself. And if he sets that up,
Yep.
he should be in pretty good shape to score his deuce here, which will be all important in the fourth end.
Hard! John, get in there then.
James giving a little extra
Hard!
encouragement to his sweepers.
Hard! Hard! Come on! Come on!
By the guard.
Good shot. Good sweeping.
Okay, overcurled just a hair. He did jiggle things around a little bit. Not quite sure who's shot right now, but that's not the panic for the moment.
Oh.
Wade is going to follow this down again, though.
Turned that one pretty good. I did think I should just had you guys right off it and overcarve it.
Not surprised to
over the
see these
nose,
teams
eh?
going hard at it here in the fourth end. This is a pivotal end. In seniors play, it is only an 8-end game. They do not play 10 ends at the senior level. It's 8 ends, and they also only play 2 games a day. That was one of the other things the players wrote into the rules, was they don't have to play a 3-game day. So, so 8 ends. So this is the pivotal fourth end. James Pahl, if he can score his deuce, huge advantage in this game for sure.
Okay.
So Wade White coming up, touch.
Right there, I
What
think.
did he
Clinker.
want? Yeah, he was a little over. He overcurled
the-
just a hair.
right to
He
the
wanted to
button.
be covering more of the corner of that yellow rock, so overcurled a touch. James Pahl can come down. I do believe Red is shot.
Oh.
From the camera angles we were able to look at, it looks like Red was shot.
Maybe a smidgen more.
James calling edge 8 foot and looking to come down. Wants to get just a hair deeper than his yellow rock. Doesn't want to lay on the corner of his yellow
the
because that
T-line.
would leave a double back. So yeah, split the T line. He kind of needs to
We have in, off
needs
now and
to
everything
get
like
deep
that,
enough
like-
to split that T line, so he doesn't leave a double
Just
off of his
if
2
we're
yellows.
biting, just biting the top of the button circle. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, James saying they can even just touch the pin and they're in pretty good spot there. So delicate shot from James Pahl here. Needs to be pretty good.
Okay, then off then.
Sweepers are calling it there all day, so
Stay close. I don't think it's that bad.
coming down now. Starting to put the brooms on it.
Oh. No, John. No. No. No.
James keeping him off. Coming in just a hair hot. Didn't quite get the line that he was looking for. He was kind of hoping to not quite come to or even touch that shot red rock, so he's created a bit bigger of a pocket. This is a chance for Wade White to suck one in here and really take this end away from James Pahl. Yeah, he comes right in there. That rock is going to be glued, and I don't know how you get it out of there.
Room. Lots of room. Lots of room. gotta go down there.
Oh, come on.
So I think Wade might be wide on this. They were trying to get it to curl. Brooms didn't seem to be doing anything to it.
Way too much.
Just a hair heavy. Hair heavy. So bit of a mistake from Wade White there. That one could cost him.
Exactly what I'm thinking. It's right there for ice.
He really had an opportunity there to take the end away from James Pahl. So we'll see if James can improve on his weight here.
Okay. Kind of like the same weight here, guys. We got to make sure we get to the button.
So he's taking about a broom's head less
gonna play a little
ice
top for 3.
this time.
the
Yeah.
red, yeah.
Yeah, and James is just confirming there, if they tap that red rock, they'll score 3 here. So
Yes, we got about 2 inches less ice.
okay, so he's taking, like I said, a couple inches less ice. He's going to throw pretty close to the same weight. And if he can touch that red rock, he'll score 3 here. That'll be a huge, huge advantage.
I think it's close, same weight. Be ready. Stay ready.
It's close to the same weight.
John.
Call him for the curl.
Oh, John. Oh.
Weight's there. Weight is definitely there. Does he have the line?
Yeah.
I think he's a hair wide from what he wanted. So only gets 1 out of the deal. Wow. 1 yellow they're calling. So opportunities for both teams missed on that one, and that results in a score of 2-1 after the 4th end. All right. Can we switch back over to we're going to switch back over to the ladies' game here.
Oh, yeah, but I twisted the first one.
So as mentioned in the last end, Tina Ford Johnson not getting that second point. The measure didn't go her way, so she's up 2-1. They're playing the 4th end here. They're playing the 4th end. And Tina just came around the guards. Great shot. So she's shot, buried behind the guards. Michelle Hartwell can draw to it. I don't know if she can throw enough weight to hit it. So looking like she's just calling the corner freeze. They are looking to see if the run back's there or not. That's tricky. I don't know if I'd attempt that run back or not. I should ask Cooper Morris what he would throw in this situation. Might have to get Cooper back here in the booth here. It was great to see Corey's son Cooper join us for a couple minutes. A great kid. All right, so Michelle Hartwell getting set here. She's looking for the corner freeze on the red rock. It is pretty much buried, if not completely buried. So she might be throwing a hack waiter here. Corner freeze or hack weight. This is curling. I think she's by the guard. But she's going to come up short on the freeze attempt. That might have been there with the hack waiter. Just the way that all curled, that might have been there. So Atina calling the guard for now. Or she can come right to her own corner again. Start to cut down those rings. I think she's decided on the guard. Okay, Atina getting set in the hack. Just looking for a little bit more ice. Sweeper's on it pretty quick. Keep it nice clean as it comes down. And they're just looking to get anywhere near that center line, relatively tight to the house. Great shot. So that forces Michelle into just the draw for one. No chance for a multiple there. She is going to have to touch the 4 foot here. Tina's just biting the outside of 4 foot, so Michelle touches anything in the red, she'll be good. Michelle getting set in the hack. She has a very deliberate routine. I haven't watched a lot of her, but what I have seen, she's got the exact same routine, so that always helps with your consistency. Sweeper's just keeping it clean on it. The line looks okay. She should be good here. Shannon Morris coming out, getting ready. This might be a touch heavy. And yes, Michelle Hartwell just a touch heavy on that one. So steal a 1 by Atina Ford Johnson. So Cooper, good job on the go, Mom, go. She just stole a point. I got a thumb. Oh, and I got a fist pump from Cooper over in the corner here. So apologies to the Hartwell team for the hometown crowd here, but it's great to see the fans. Cooper Morris cheering his mom on. I'm sure the other moms on the other team have the folks cheering for them too. So back to our men's game here. So a some big missed opportunities by both teams in the fourth end there. Wade White could have really taken the end away, and James Pahl had a shot for 3. So wound up just a single. And so we're tight 2-1 after 4 ends. James Pahl coming in with his first, and Wade White going to the corner guard. Classic setup. James calling for the center guard now. All right, we got the Pahl team coming back down. They're just looking for that center line guard. Really important here to touch the center line. As I have mentioned before, we are playing with the center line no-tick rule, so this is looking a little hot and a little wide.
We're in, fully in. Yep.
Okay, so it's coming in just a half a rock deeper than they wanted. Sweepers maybe should have called that depth a little sooner and possibly froze right on. Sometimes in that case, you call the audible and go straight to the freeze. Hit and roll there by the white team. Gives James the opportunity to put the rock back up front.
Lines tight. John. Oh, okay, we're in. Okay, whoa then. Oh, okay.
Sweeper's calling it in this time, saying it's right to the.
I don't know. Yep, hard, John.
Right to the rock. James calling the audible here. Looking for a little bump now. It's a little hotter than they expected,
going, Mark.
so hit, roll it off.
Okay, Cal.
Not quite what he wanted, but so Wade going to do a little bit of a hit and roll here, try and get behind the guard. He isn't worried necessarily about getting shot rock at this point. So an opportunity for Dan Hollowaychuk to take advantage of a James Pahl miss, or James Pahl team miss, pardon me. I think Dan's a hair wide on this.
Okay.
Got nose. Was really trying to hope for the inside roll there.
Just house. No, so it's fine.
Yeah, and James just confirming that nose is okay. Little rollout's the best. They're just going to throw a nice control waiter.
Oh. Yep. 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 Good throw. They're sweeping.
And exactly what the skipper called. No good double there, so Wade going to shot rock now and looking to get the hit and roll behind the guard, trying to take advantage of that guard that he put up there. You know, so often you see teams and they put up that corner guard and then they don't use it. They get distracted by the opposition rocks and never get to use it. So great call here by Wade White, and hopefully Dan Hollowaychuk can execute. And only got half the shot. Got rid of it, but rolled the wrong way and rolled out. Didn't want that result. Was really looking to stick around there and really wanting to roll to the other side.
Bump. Yeah. Throw back 8.
Went quite a bit.
Yep.
So James Pahl looking to respond to that
hard then.
shot and just make sure that he's got 2 in the
Hard.
house and keep the pressure on Wade White.
Yep. Yep. Keep on it. Keep on it. Keep on it. Get it back here.
Draw to
Give
the
the same
back of the
shot, dude.
house. Keep as much separation between those two rocks as possible. So Wade White just looking for the hit and flop to the outside. We'll see if Barry can execute on this one. Sweeping for the curl there.
Shot.
Got it all? You like house?
Okay, so Wade White did get the hit and roll there, but rolled a hair further than he wanted. I've got another special guest in the booth, General Manager Bob Genoway. Bob, you got some big shoes to fill. We had Cooper Morris, Corey's son, here helping us commentate a few minutes ago. So just want to let you know the standards we keep at the Calgary Curling Club commentators booth here. So welcome, Bob.
Well, thanks. Thanks for having me. That'll be a tough act to follow, but we'll see what we can do, I guess.
Absolutely. We've got some great action here. The men's game. That last end, both teams had some key misses that could have changed the game either way for both of them. Wade got a little bit lucky actually with James's last miss and got what he wanted, which was the force. But James, I think, would have really liked that score. 3 would have been nice.
Yes, that game's going to come, I think, right down to the wire probably.
Yeah.
Those two teams are so polished and they know each other's games so well. And, you know, they're all good friends too.
Right.
You know, they compete against each other every week and they're friends, but, you know, of course, they're extremely competitive and they've been very successful. But it's kind of a nice atmosphere out there. You can see that they're talking to each other. And I don't think any kind of gamemanship could even phase the other one at this stage. They've been through
right,
so
just
much
double.
as teams. But yeah, that's their round robin game was
Aaron Kelly's
amazing.
side.
It was probably the best played game
Little left, Mark.
in the Spiel.
All week.
And
Wow.
it went right down to the last shot. And
Yeah.
and the last 7 years, it's been one of these two teams.
I
that
was
has
gonna say,
represented
yeah.
our province.
Yeah. James is the two-time defending champion, and before that, the previous 5 years was Wade. So pretty amazing.
Yep.
I don't know why I curl out of Alberta. It's so tough.
Yep.
Either at the men's level, you got,
Yep.
what, 4 teams in the past 20 years that have won the provincials, and in the past 7 years, you've had 2 teams that have won seniors. It's tough to get out of this province.
It sure is, and probably the only tougher province is Manitoba. Okay, I'm just kidding, but that's because I'm from Manitoba, so I'm a little bit slanted there. But
I think everybody knows you're from Manitoba,
swap the
Bob.
river.
Everybody, just for those of you on YouTube, in case you haven't read Bob's emails, he does a weekly email from the Calgary Curling Club, and he manages to slip in a Manitoba, how great Manitoba reference is every single newsletter. So the board of directors might have to put some censorship on those letters going forward, but we'll see.
no doubt. And, back to that White and Pahl game,
Yep.
Mark Klink is a Manitoban. Right?
Yes,
he moved
he
out here
is.
in, I think, the early 2000s.
Yep.
And they teamed up, and they've been together ever since, those two, and played in many, many, James and Mark have played in many men's provincials.
Yes, they
and,
have.
We're very competitive there, so.
But Mark's great-grandfather represented Saskatchewan at the first Brier in 1927, so
Sheesh.
pretty amazing.
Isn't that something? You know what I like about those teams
Well,
that
half rock, eh?
stick together like that?
Yep.
And,
half.
and seriously, your team, the Dalside team, I love that. I love that you guys have played a whole bunch of years together.
Yep.
And these guys, when you watch them closely, there's very little
Then half.
conversation because it's not needed.
Right.
They've been through every situation.
Yep.
They don't have to say, "Oh, don't be heavy here."
Yep.
Like they know, don't be heavy here. And quite often teams, if it doesn't work one year, they blow it up and they look for another formula that's going to get them to the top. And really, when you look at this, it's people that have persevered for many, many years, and I like seeing teams
Hard,
like
Kelly.
that being successful.
Yeah,
Hard.
for sure. Yeah, you know what the skip's going to call. You know the situation.
no.
Uh-oh. An unexpected flash there from James Pahl. Not happy with that result. So,
Man, he was playing the thin double.
Yeah.
And he just must have started it a little bit.
yeah,
and
might have got
wow,
it going just a hair.
He's got the open draw for 3.
Out of nowhere. Well, and that's the risk with that thin double, right? Is you are, and that one was that thin. Like he could only hit probably an eighth of that rock to make that shot. So
Yeah. Yeah, that was a tough shot, but he took it on, and the air there is to hit it too thick, right?
yep, for sure. Yeah, get your one for sure.
Yeah,
even if
maybe-
you just roll over on top.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
And,
huge momentum change here. Draw for 3 for Wade White. So he'll go up by 2 after 5 ends. So it'll be a score of 4-2. So will that be the YouTube turning point in this game? We'll see. Maybe we'll switch over to the women's game for a second and catch the last few rocks of the ladies' game. Our camera guys have been spot on today and been getting us over, Bob, to the ladies' game. For the last half of the ends as the men switch their end out. So
Well, I
yeah,
started.
in 4, I don't know if you
I
saw
saw
that,
the
but
top
Hartwell
one I
was
put
just a
back
little
with the
bit
hair, this
heavy
one
on
here
her
I
draw,
was-
and Johnson stole one.
yes,
But I was watching that game. There's been a lot of misses. I don't know if the teams are a little nervous. The ice is really consistent, but hopefully the second half they'll start.
yeah, we
So
caught
really-
we were able to give the viewers the tail end of the third end as well, where they had the measure for a potential 2. So there was a lot of rocks in play there, and
Yeah.
Tina just needed to thread a really tight needle. She didn't quite make that. And then we got the last end where Michelle was just a hair heavier than she wanted to be.
You know, I find that, you know, those sort of extra points, that open draw, I mean, it's still a tough, you know, it's still a draw, but, you know, in the second end there, Hartwell had a draw for 2.
Yep.
And she was heavy.
Yep.
And only got the 1. And those seem to come back and bite you.
Absolutely.
You know, Hartwell's got to start putting some pressure on.
Well, and when teams are so close and they've battled as hard as they have all week, like you said, when you leave that 1 extra point on the board,
Okay, on its own then.
it could hurt you in those
Sorry,
last
guys.
ends, right?
Jeez.
So with Tina coming down here, I think she's
Go on,
just
John.
looking to be anywhere on the center line, top half of the house. I think she's going to be deep here, though. This is looking pretty hot. Is that going to go through? It's to the back one for sure. Tap and, okay, kept them around. So, bit of a mistake there from Tina. She didn't put as much pressure on Michelle as she could have. That being said,
I think Hartwell's going to probably try to hit it on
Is
the
she going
nose.
for
I'm
the-
surprised that she's trying
Go
playing
house.
the double, but you
Goes
know,
it.
if she hits it on the nose, it becomes a really tough shot for Johnson to pick it out after that. But
yeah.
I think she indicated she was playing the double here. Problem with the double, even if you make it and roll out,
Yep.
I mean, Johnson's going to go around that.
Hard
corner
for a
guard.
piece.
Right. Yes,
for a
and there
piece,
is
Kelly.
the corner guard sitting
Gotta
out
go.
there.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Good sweeping.
Yeah, I'm surprised she's not playing the freeze here versus the hit.
This is over curled on her a little bit.
Yeah. So a mistake there for sure. But, definitely wanted to stick that rock in the house. Wanted to be shot or at least stay in the house. But it was important to stay shot there to keep the pressure on Ford Johnson. So Tina needs to make a better one here. I think she needs to stay on the top half of the house for this one.
It's
Yeah, do you-
important for her to get it in the house, Rob. You know, if she can get it in there, force Hartwell to take one.
Yep.
I think she'll feel like she's accomplished what she wanted. You know, playing 6-1 up with the hammers.
Just nose hit.
Pretty good spot to
yeah,
be in.
Right, it's pretty comfortable.
Yeah. Do you ever just put it in the top 12 and force the draw, or do you come deeper and allow the hit?
Well, I think ideally, you know, the top 12 would be the shot there because then, you know, you're drawing against 2.
Yep.
Right.
But
Right.
she just got a little deep here.
Yeah.
And
Whoa, clean.
so again, Hartwell playing the
Yep.
hit, not choosing
Whoa,
to draw
whoa,
with
whoa.
backing.
Okay. Well, she's had a couple draws go heavy, so maybe she's
Shot.
feeling more comfortable than with the hits today. So sometimes you got to dance with the one that brought you.
Well, it's true, but you know what? You know, when you're struggling with your draw weight, here's an opportunity for her to play the draw to backing,
Right.
right? So, you know, it's a chance for her to get her draw weight, you know, because she's going to need it. She's behind,
Yes.
but she's choosing to go with the hit. I mean, you know, she's going with what she feels comfortable with, but definitely an option would be to draw. It would almost be a practice shot for her.
Right. Yeah. With not as much risk,
Correct,
obviously,
yeah.
with that backing. So yeah. I think she's pretty good here.
Holy Hannah.
Oh, is she a hair wide there than she wants to be? No. No. In the zone. Got it. Stuck
Same
for her
weight.
one. So, all right. We'll switch back to the men's game now.
So, Rob, this was quite a, you know, parity was amazing in the men's side of this Bonspiel.
Absolutely.
You know, when all those teams last night, the games were so crucial.
Yep.
And then they had to. So Curling Alberta decided that, you know, that the
Clean.
last stone draw was going to be a big factor. They don't play the tiebreakers anymore. This
Right.
was the first year they did that. That caused a lot of
No roll.
controversy in this Bonspiel.
Yes.
And
Shot.
so it wasn't until late last night, actually, that the teams knew exactly their positioning, and some teams were questioning the last inning draw. So I don't know if, I don't know. I don't like to see, that kind of controversy when it could be avoided.
Right.
There was lots of time to play tiebreakers, but I think we want to align with what's going on in the world.
Right.
And LSD is such an important part of the game now.
Yep.
But yeah, it's sort of caused some negative feelings here this weekend, and that was unfortunate.
Yeah,
but,
it's too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got a confirmation from Mark Klink's brother Michael that he moved to Edmonton in 1997.
Yep. Hard.
Yeah, that last shot draw, I haven't quite decided. As a competitor, I would rather lose in a game than on last shot draw. But that being said, I do appreciate it takes a village to run events like this. You need facilities, you need volunteers, you need sponsors, and it all takes time. And everybody's busy, and admittedly, as a competitor, when you're out there and you're grinding it out for a week or 3/4 a week, and then you got to play an extra game. So, yeah, no, there is good and bad on both sides for sure. And so, but I do applaud Curling Alberta for taking a chance and trying something different. And hopefully they'll take some feedback and learn from the good and from the bad and just make it better next year.
Yeah, that's the thing that sometimes we forget about, that, people are volunteers and they're trying their best. And, all these officials here at the club this week have done an amazing job.
Yes.
And it's really, and they take it very seriously, and they're very well trained. And it's nice to see. It's a first class.
They won't have to tap it too far if you're here.
Yep. And congratulations to you and your staff, Bob. The club has put on just an amazing event. I've heard that the curlers were just over the moon with how they've been treated. So great job, and huge shout out to Rob Fisk and his team. The ice conditions have been great. We've just seen some great shots made. There's tons of curl, and the speed's right up. So great work.
Oh, thank you. Tracy Franks is the chairman of the organizing committee, and she's a board member, and then all the staff contributed a lot to this event. And one of the things that was really important to us when we took on this was to kind of make it really special, because kind of the word on the street was that these events were starting to slide a bit, and I think we accomplished that. I'm very proud of the team. And like you mentioned, Rob Fisk and the ice crew, the ice is, it's got good curl, it's fast, it's, it's consistent, right? And that's what the players want. And this facility is good for an event like this. And, it's nice and warm out there. It's quiet out there. The ice is keen.
The acoustics are amazing out there. Those curtains that we have along the back wall. I always tease Bob because his first week on the job here, he came in and was looking at the facility. He's like, Rob, these curtains we got on the back wall, they're a little bit old. And I'm like, Bob, you can't touch those curtains. Those curtains are acoustic dampening and
part of the history.
Part of the history, and I think if anybody touches them, they might crumble to dust. So don't touch the curtains.
Or else you just take the
Here
two.
at the Calgary Curling Club.
Huh?
We're very proud of our facility. It's,
Absolutely, and should be.
Yeah.
One of the premier clubs in Canada, one of the busiest clubs in Canada. We've got a great membership here.
If you ever get one right here.
Yeah, James is calling the little
well, the thing is, it
potential
needs
hit
to
and
line it up
flop.
so that way we be able to make a play on it, right? Okay.
If he does that, if he does the hit and flop,
Better with
would
the
Wade
outside
come
or
down
inside
and
now?
freeze on top of it? He will be behind tee.
Right there with House.
He's trying to generate his 2 here. He's just worried about setting up a double to,
Right.
to have White get out of the end.
Yeah.
Just House waits. Yep. Yep. You betcha.
So James likes to use the term house weight. So that's his weight call for, you know, I don't need to
Kinda
throw a
right
bullet
front of
here.
ours would
I
be
need
really
to
good.
keep the shooter in the house.
Like just off nose on
That's what he's
Kelly's
referring
side
to
on
when he
ours would be
says
really
house
good.
weight. He's not going to overthrow this.
Oh, clean.
Just calling for clean.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Starting to curl a bit now. Didn't quite get the roll that he wanted. So is there a double back for Wade?
I think there is. He can
Sweeping.
get out of this end.
Yeah.
You know, when you see James Pahl throw, he's pretty technically sound. I mean, if you watch that delivery, I'm just shocked that he missed that open hit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he was playing it really thin.
Yep.
But you know,
Yeah,
it's when you watch him throw, it just looks like it's easy to read.
Yep.
It's consistent. He throws it the same way, and his teammates do as well.
Yep. And like you said, they've been curling together long enough. They just know. And they know when they're a little wide or a little tight. Oh, little slip from Dan Hollowaychuk there. But gets the double, gets himself out of the end.
Shot, Wade.
James acknowledging a great shot. And like you said, just two great teams that have played each other a ton of times.
Don't think so.
And just a ton of respect for each other. So 6 then, do you take the point, scoring 6?
No,
Or
he'll
do
be
you-
blanking.
He's going to blank this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to blank. He's going to try and go for his 2
Kelly.
and then try and steal. And that's, you know, that's very reminiscent of the round robin game as Paul stole in 8 to win.
To win, yeah.
So this game still
Oh,
could
still
have some
close.
drama.
Yeah. All right, should we switch back to the ladies' game? And we're just watching third Shannon Morris come down with her, I think it's her second rock. Just trying to count there. Corey's
You're welcome.
just standing in front of the rock. So this is Shannon's first rock. I
Circles are pretty
believe.
good here.
Oh, we had one on sheet 1
Yeah.
that looked in and it was out.
Oh, really?
Yes, so Shannon Morris's first rock. Adina's got a pretty good end set up here. She's sitting shot, top pin. She's got a guard up front. Now there are a couple of Michelle Hartwell stones that will give her access, will give Hartwell access if she needs. So I think they need to get around this guard here. Are they by? Just a slight rub, but I think generally achieves the objective.
See, what Johnson has to be careful with now is now Hartwell has 2 ways in here,
Right.
right? She could pick that red, or she could play the angle.
The outside slash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the outside
Yeah.
slash, if she made it, she'd be laying 2.
Yeah.
So
So
Yeah.
Hartwell's called a timeout here. So both teams get a chance to get together and have a discussion. This is, yeah, so you can play the outside slash. You'll sit 2 for sure.
yeah, if you don't roll off, if you hit it right on the nose,
Right.
So to do that, she's probably got to hit what, a third of the rock,
Yeah, probably.
right?
Yeah.
And then she'll be behind cover. If she picks the shot rock, then I wonder if Johnson has a double on that right
Double
rock.
back. She might. Now they're looking at this back. They're looking at third shot. They're looking at this back rock is where they're doing most of their discussion.
Yeah, they're looking at all kinds of options, but I only see two.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would accomplish drawing to the back one, because then in that scenario,
Yeah, I don't like the draw
well,
to the back.
it might be building a bigger end, but if Johnson then guards that, then that adds the degree of difficulty
Right.
to
Yeah.
get multiple points.
Yeah, for
Johnson
sure.
does have the hammer.
Yes, Hartwell was forced to 1 in 5. So Johnson's got, she's got control. She's got the control zone. She's on top of the pin. Right now that scoring area is cut down quite a bit. If I'm Hartwell, I'm pretty happy with this situation as well. If she can hold Tina Ford Johnson to 1 here, I think she'd be pretty happy.
Yeah. I wonder how the women are managing their time. Hopefully that, everything's good. We can't see the clocks. But the men's game is almost a full end ahead of them.
Right. We'll catch the clocks here as we switch cameras. Just when the rock comes down, we'll be able to see the camera.
Yeah, I'm sure they're still okay, but that
see if
men's
you're in
game is pretty quick.
I'm just looking on another camera here, and so Tina Ford Johnson is under 10 minutes. She's at 9:57, and Michelle Hartwell was at 11 and a half minutes. So getting a little tight on time for Tina. Yeah, there we can see the clocks. All right, back to Shannon. So she's throwing up a guard here, it looks like. Sweeper's keeping it out there. This is definitely guard weight. Sweeping for the curl now. Looking to tighten this up as much as possible. Looking to keep closing that hole. I think they like that result. Is there a port there?
She's going to play the intern, I think. Across the face?
Yeah, it's there. It's not easy.
No, it's a tough shot, because
It's a tough shot.
when you're crossing a face like that, you got to hit it way thinner than you think.
Right, exactly. All right, we'll see what Michelle has.
This is a big shot here.
Yes, it is. Notice Michelle has a very deliberate, consistent delivery. She resets every time, stands up, and then gets in the hack and delivers from the same position every time.
Yes, and she's got a really good delivery, really sound. She can throw big weight if she needs to.
Yeah. She's close.
It's got a curl. No.
I think she's going to touch the red guard, though. Okay. So Tina, is she just drawing in here? Interesting. Okay. Oh, Tina calling the timeout. Is there, I don't think they can get through that. I think they're guarded well enough. I don't think you can run those yellows back and remove shot rock. I think you're always clipping something.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think she's really trying to guard that slash at all costs, because that's the shot that Hartwell has for 2.
Yeah.
Anything else will probably be for 1 because Johnson has that third shot in the back 8 foot.
Yeah.
Which gives her a little bit more comfort, I think. So, Rob, how are you guys doing in the club playoffs? I mean, our Champions Night is this Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we're kind of wrapping things up with our leagues. Are you still going, or?
Yeah, my Monday men's team is done. We're done there, but Wednesday's team still alive. So our next game up is Tuesday, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, that's in the Premium League
In the
playoffs?
Premium League
Yeah, well,
playoffs,
good
yeah.
luck with that.
Yeah, thank you.
It's too bad you lost on Mondays. What, do you lose your draw weight, or what happened there?
Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on the skip.
Yeah, that's the that's the best
That's
way.
the best way to do it. So Tina just blocking the hole here. I don't know if she.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
That's a good shot. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. I don't. Well, I don't think can Michelle Hartwell still. Could she run red onto yellow onto red? That's. I guess technically it's still there, but that's a
Man.
super tough shot. I don't know
it
that she ever
is a
try and take it
very
on.
tough. I guess for 2, she has red onto yellow, kill and stick. But my goodness.
Again, just another tough shot. So she's looking, I think, just try and take away Atina's second point. And just anywhere on that line, if she technically could she get, no, I don't think she can get
I
shots.
don't think so. And, maybe this isn't a bad, because if she tries something in the middle and opens it up, it might just make, a chance, an easy chance for 2 or easier.
Or more.
And, yeah, if she holds her to 1, being 2 down, playing 7, you're still in the game.
In it, yeah. So key shot here. Michelle really needs to find her draw weight. Can't afford to be deep on this one. Needs to be short, if anything. Short's the pro side miss on this.
Yeah, and she can't over curl because, and it looks like she might be, because Tina will still have a draw.
Yeah.
Till the 4 foot. For her 2 points, this will be huge.
Yes, so Tina just needs to full forward, touch a piece of the button. She's got plenty of room to come around that guard. There's tons of curl. That guard's not really in play. If the thrown rock is where that guard is, Tina will have missed the shot anyways. So that guard really not accomplishing anything.
Yeah, the ice curls in there nice if you have draw weight.
Yep.
It'll move in there quite easily.
So just throw to the tee line and hit the broom and throw the right weight.
Sounds simple.
Simple game. Girl's not really putting a brush to it yet.
Yeah, that looks heavy.
It looks a little hot. Weight needs to come off here. I think,
No.
well,
No,
is it going to slow down? No, I think she's a little hot there. So
it's just pretty keen.
a little bit
there.
of adrenaline kicking in. So 1 for Tina Ford Johnson to go up 4-2 over Hartwell after 6 ends. So we'll switch back to the men's game. Our camera crew doing an awesome job here today and bouncing back and forth between these sheets. So thanks, guys, for all your efforts getting that done. And so we're back to a pretty quick end. These men are playing. Wade White's throwing already. We're down to Skips Rocks in the 7th end.
Yes, and James Pahl has something going here.
Yep.
He's lane 2.
Lane 2.
They're undercover. White is just trying to tap the shot rock, or one of them, just back a foot or so.
That's a tight port to have to come through as well. It's there, but he's got to come through a port.
To curl. He needs this to curl a lot.
Not quite what he wanted. So I think, James Pahl still sitting 2.
He's going to be drawing or hit and rolling 4th to lay 3.
To lay 3.
Rob, I've got to move on to get some duties I got to attend
All
to.
good.
But
Absolutely.
I did want to thank you for all your efforts with the streaming, and also you got Brian and Greg here today, and you've had a number of volunteers, and
Yes.
really, really appreciate it. You know, our club wouldn't be anywhere without people like you and the volunteers that are helping us and making this event, you know, a success that it's been. So thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Thanks for joining us, Bob. All right. So I think James Pahl has elected to draw. Is he playing the draw? He's playing he called the draw, right? Yep. My camera operator's giving me the thumbs up that James has elected the draw here. So needs to be pretty accurate with this shot.
John. Oh, Kelly. Kelly.
I think he did go with the hit and roll, actually.
Hard.
And yeah, hit and roll. Great shot. But he did leave Wade. Wade does have an out here.
Good sweeping.
If Wade White comes down and just corner freezes this, I don't know if James will be able to score.
Thanks.
This is close.
Still 3.
So Wade needs a really exact shot here. He needs this right on the button. They're saying it's out there. Tons of room. Barry doesn't like the line, saying it's way out there. Is he in danger of? Just got the wick. Wow. Got the wick. Holy smokes.
Still 3. You got room?
I think so.
So he got the wick, but
We didn't?
they're laying 3, they say. James Pahl thinks he's laying 3, and does he have a chance to draw for? Does he have a chance to draw for 4? James has got to be a little careful here, because if you're ever tight on this, you could push your opposition up. That would. I don't know, Greg, Brian, what would you guys do?
Split the T line, guys.
You go in the draw for 4
It's going to have to be tight.
every time? No fear, just make it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's moved over a couple, 3 inches now, so.
Greg Hamilton's a veteran player here with us, and he's got no fear. He's going for this draw every time.
Well, we want to get there for third. Okay? Yeah.
All right.
Clean it.
James coming in. They're calling T-line.
John. John.
James asking for the curl.
Whoa, whoa,
They like the weight. They like the weight. Called the sweepers off. Is it a hair hot? Just rubbed on the guard. Okay. So 2 for sure. And now they're looking close. Is it 3?
You get out there a little bit further and it just doesn't come back.
It's tough, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you cannot
They're saying he.
No, oh no.
Yeah, so that was it.
So yeah, they were playing on the cautious side. Didn't
Yeah.
want to move that red rock at all. And looks like we're gonna bring a measure in here. So it's close enough. Yeah, so they think there might be a little bit of a line out there on that 8 foot. And if it gets out there, it doesn't quite
Yeah.
move as much.
It's yellow all day. You stand here and it's not even close.
James giving his opinion. I think he's a little bit biased, but we'll let the official do their measure. Some great camera work by Greg Hamilton here. Good job, Greg, zooming that right in. Thank you. We just need the official to move his arm so that we can see. Look at that camera action. That's
what Barry was
awesome.
thinking. I was thinking, no, don't give him more because. Well, yeah, it makes the draw. And before we threw it, I asked where you guys were sitting to me already. Wasn't sure. I'm like, okay, well, then maybe higher is better if we are. Because you guys are 52. I don't know if it's 12, but that's what it is.
I don't
Okay.
think it is.
Umpire calls yellow. So 3 yellow. So a huge 3 points. That puts James Pahl back up by 1. So it's 5-4 after the 7th end. This is tight. All right, we're going to stay with the men's game because it's really tight here.
You just get that little bit out, and forget it.
And here we go.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
folks.
just
So
doesn't
5-4
even mind,
after
like,
7 ends.
like fuck me.
James Pahl over Wade White. So
Stupid fucking-
Wade White's
Geez, I
coming
gotta stop
home
watching.
1 down with the hammer.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird. Like just that much ice is the world of difference too, right? 4 foot.
Just a quick update on the ladies. They're still playing the 7th end. I'll give you the score when they finish that. Tina Ford Johnson's laying 3 in the house. There are a couple corner guards. Michelle Hartwell does have one buried behind a corner guard, but Atina is laying 3 right now. So
Keep it out there. Yep.
some rocks to come, and they got to jiggle some things around. So meanwhile, James Pahl coming in with his first one.
Yep.
He wants full 4 foot.
You just.
Sweeper's
Here,
working
John.
it. They'll get it into the house, just a biter. James was hoping for a little deeper than that, and Wade White's going to the classic corner guard. So So Wade and team putting up the corner guard. I think they would have liked to have been a little further over if they could have, but
Center
pretty
line.
good, not bad. So James Pahl now calling the center ice guard. So once about halfway through the guard zone there, probably about a 2, what we like to refer to as a 2 guard. Really important to touch the center line on this one.
Hard. Hard to them, boys. Hard, boys. Come on.
Meanwhile, over on the ladies'
Come on.
game, the Hartwell team did
Come on.
make a double.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
And actually,
going.
well, moved 3
Keep
of
it going.
the Red Rocks. So
swept.
right now,
Hey, John.
the Ford Johnson team came down, did hit the shooter, and so she's laying shot. Okay, yeah, good, thanks, Brian. Brian just pointing out the time on the men's game, so quite a bit less time on the men's side.
Oh, we'll swap here in a bit, sure.
Dan Hollowaychuk giving some suggestions
You like
to
that
a
Sure
skip
Park
there.
logo on there, eh?
James and Wade teasing each other a little bit in the house there. Good to see. Everybody's keeping their camaraderie and sportsmanship about, even in this tense and final 8th end. Not surprised that we're in the spot that we're in. Like I said, 5-4. James Pahl over Wade White. Wade White's coming home, 1 down with the hammer. These two are 2 pretty evenly matched teams. So the white team coming just a hair deeper. This could be a critical mistake there. They really wanted to stay on top of the T line there. So can the James Pahl team respond and cap this? Put it right on. If they dead freeze that, Wade White's going to have a tough time scoring.
Clean. Clean. Yep. 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 Hard. Hard, boys. Gotta go! Gotta go! Gotta go! Gotta go! Gotta go! Gotta go!
He's calling
Whoa,
hard on
good.
the sweep. Is he by
Good,
the
good, good.
guard? Yeah, he's by
Good
the
sweeper.
guard.
Shot.
Great shot. A little bit of a tap. That's okay. More important to get by that guard. So Wade needs to make a decision here. Does he blow things up the center and clean things up, or? Yeah, so calling a board waiter, getting rid of that top 12 foot just to clean things up a bit. Meanwhile, the ladies are still playing the 7th end. Tina Ford Johnson looking for a corner freeze here, and she's really close. I think she's got it. Wow, great shot by Tina Ford Johnson. Good shot by the Wade White team. Come down. They've just popped that shot rock off the button, so
Well, we are.
they're still shot. Yellow's still shot, but time getting down a little bit for James Pahl, but still plenty of time. They are playing the 8th end and have 5 minutes left, so plenty of time.
Yep. 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 Hard, John. Hard, John. Hard. Hard, 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 hard.
Looking to get by the guard here.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just by.
Good sweeping.
Great sweep just to get it by. Down to the back ones. Hit and rolled a little bit, creating a bit of a wall. Not quite the result that he wanted, so Wade White can take advantage here. Wade just asking his team if they want to draw in or do they want to raise. And team likes the clean draw. I think I like that call the best too. Great shot, just coming around. He's going to go down to the backing, but that's okay. Nestled right in there, great shot. So James Pahl needs to follow this down now. So James calling for the dead freeze. Definitely don't want to be overthrowing this. So Mark Klink hoping for good button weight here.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, stay close. Okay, stay close.
Sweepers are saying it's not real heavy, so.
Okay, oh, no, 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 no.
James saying no, stay right off.
John. It's there. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa.
It's there.
Okay.
All right, not too bad. Didn't quite get the line that they wanted, but they're shot for now. All right, the ladies have just wrapped up the 7th end. I'm waiting for the official to put the score up. It was 1 for sure for Hartwell, possibly 2. So that'll be a close game as well. We'll see. What does she put up here? And it was a deuce for the Michelle Hartwell team in 7. So we're tied up in the ladies' game. 4-4 after 7 ends. Tina Ford Johnson has the hammer coming home. So will they be able to keep it clean and Tina will have a draw for her last one, or Or is Michelle Hartwell going to be able to put the pressure on and steal the game? Meanwhile, Wade White has come down and yeah, curling legends. They got the back 8 foot completely covered. Yeah, nobody's getting to that back 8 foot now. You're not wrong there. So Barry coming down with his shot and capping the pin. He's dead smack on the pin. James Pahl looking to follow it down. He's going to want to keep a little bit of an angle on
line's
this.
Good.
James likes the line.
No, line's good.
Sweepers are just keeping it clean on it.
John Oley, we can't bounce it.
James saying they can't bounce it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Nope, 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 nope.
Really nice. Great
shot.
Just a hair of a bounce, but great shot. And the most important part is the line that it came in on. That's a really good shot by Mark Klink.
Forward.
That's good curling one out right behind the tee line.
A little bit of a mistake by the Hartwell team on their first shot. They just got a biter on their first one, and so Corey Morris had the opportunity to come down and hit it. She hit it, but did keep the shooter around. So
2 inches.
the ladies' game is
It's fast.
it'll be an interesting finish there. All right, Barry settling in for his last shot to the 8th end. This is third's last stone. He's playing a run back here, I think. Great shot by Barry. Run back raise, gets rid of the James Pahl stone that was on the shot rock on the button. So James looking to play the other turn now.
Get one right there, eh?
And suck it right onto that wall back there.
Can we afford to be just a hair heavy here, just as long as we get to the nose of it, eh? No. Like back 8 right
Meanwhile,
there.
in the ladies' game, Corey Morris coming a little heavy. She's drawn the back 12 foot, not quite where she wanted to be. I expect you're going to see the Ford Johnson team start hitting here as soon as they possibly
We just
can.
about got to throw like back 8. Like we got to.
Meanwhile,
make sure
in
that
the men's game,
we can't over curl the nose of this. Stay on the nose of this red one.
yeah, so James just saying line is critical here. Need to stay on nose of the
The hair
red.
more, Mark. A little bit more.
He's okay if they tap it a little bit, but so they're calling T-line wait.
Stay close. Stay close. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Calling the sweep hard at the end.
Hard. Hard.
Oh,
no.
just rubbed a hair. Rubbed a hair. Did he? Just rubbed that. Couldn't afford to do that.
Line or what do you want? Move it off. Bit,
Yeah, like if we could.
That is going to be
Man.
tight. James lamenting the hit and roll, or just the slight tick there. So can Wade get on inside nose of this? I think he might be able to. Great shot by Wade White. Wow. Got the inside roll. Okay, James Pahl, what do you got? Can you get to, can you draw in? Can you get to button?
Can I ever get this? I don't know what's going to get you. Here. Timeout.
So James Pahl calling a timeout. Looking at their options
Yeah,
here.
you do.
Sorry, what is it you want to try?
Now James Pahl has made an around the horn before. We saw him on Saturday morning make a comeback. Can this?
It'd be awfully tough to remove the shot that we were throwing. Actually, that's not a bad call. You either do this.
Either draw.
We already called a timeout. This isn't bad. Square nut it right there.
Yeah. Calling for an around the horn.
Touch to 5. I just it may.
Like, is it going to bump up this guy?
No, I don't think so. I think that's still our call though.
Yeah. What do you think, guys? Do you like the around the horn? Greg likes
yeah,
it.
we had a
That's all
timeout.
Brian sees.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yep. Sorry about the confusion. Renew.
Right there with normal.
That would be more exciting. How much do you want to hit here?
Half a rock.
He's saying half a rock, normal weight.
Hair left, Mark.
Well, it's either make this shot or go home, I
Got to be
guess.
up normal, I think, here, eh, Mark?
Up normal, he's calling.
Yep.
Plenty of time left in the game. James can still throw the weight, so no problem there.
Yep.
Sweepers on it.
Whoa!
On off, it's got to be close. Got to be close. Wow, great shot. Holy smokes. That was a pistol. Covering the pin. Around the horn, come back up. And he's sitting, he said he's sitting 2. So is there a double? Is there a double left for Wade White? There is a high center guard. So Wade's got to come in with some sort of angle somewhere. There's a guard on the shooter's left side as he's looking at it from the shooting end hack. There's Is Wade looking at the... Yes, I agree, Curling Legends. That was a pistol.
Yeah, well, the 5 would go. It's whether how much of that you hit.
So Wade looking at the angle raise here. Not an easy shot. If he sticks that perfect, does he make the double? He might. This is not an easy shot, folks.
Hey? I don't think you can see enough.
James just whispering he doesn't think he can see enough on the other side, so for the tap. So well, we'll know here in about 10 seconds. Sweepers on now. No, I don't. No, he didn't touch it. Wow, great game. Great shot
Thanks,
by
George.
James Pahl to win it.
Game.
Defending champion goes on to the final versus the Hellwigs. So great game. So James
thanks
Pahl
for
wins
giving.
over
Thank you,
Wade
sir.
White, 6-4.
Wade.
All right, we'll switch back
Albert
to
got
the
your stuff
ladies'
too, Wade.
game real quick and catch the final 3 rocks to come. So Tina Ford Johnson, the game's tied up. Tina has hammer. There are 2 center guards. Atina's laying 3 right now. However, they're all out in the 12-foot, so I think Atina's looking to play the draw here.
Thank you.
And Michelle Hartwell will need some magic to hide somewhere for shot.
Sakes. It was a
So Atina coming down, sweepers on it. Is she hot? She doesn't want to be hot here. You can't be behind tee. Do not want to be behind tee. I think she's going to be okay. Just full 4-foot top button. Great shot. Great shot by Atina. Now, can Michelle get to it, tap it far enough, and remain shot buried? So it looks like she's playing a... I'm going to say that's probably wait for about hack. Cindy Westgard holding the broom. A little bit of a Calgary Curling Club connection. Cindy's brother Aaron is a longtime member here at the Calgary Curling Club. So great to see that family connection. Both teams have plenty of time. 3 minutes left for Hartwell, 2.5 for Ford Johnson. So plenty of time left, not a problem there. So Michelle needs to settle in the hack here and throw a good one.
yeah, that.
Sweepers just slight clean. Starting to sweep for the curl now. She's close. Curlin. Nose hit. Great shot. So Atina should be able to see, she's got about half the rock. Doesn't need to stick around with the shooter, but does need to get this out of the 12-foot. So Tina just going to put the broom down here, ask the front end how much she can see. Looks like about a half a rock. Tina does need to be a little careful with that jam. But I think if she could probably throw anywhere from hack to board, whatever she prefers. You might even be able to throw control, to be honest with you. Really, it's probably the shooter you want to stick around and as your scoring point here. But so we'll see what Atina Ford Johnson can follow up. That was a real nice shot by Michelle Hartwell. Clutch shot she had to make. She made it about as good as she could possibly do. So Atina is the defending senior women's champion, so she's looking to get back to the final game in this shot. Oh, I think they're just calling for a time here. Sorry, we don't have mics on the ladies for today's game, so can't quite hear what the question is about, but Tina maybe just coming down to make sure she likes the broom placement. Plenty of time. So Tina will get set in the hack here. Sweeper's on it right away. Oh, this is set out a little bit. This needs to curl. Needs to curl. Needs to curl. I think she's got it. Great shot. Great shot. Didn't need the shooter to stick around there. Had the rocks out in the 12-foot. So great shot by Tina Ford Johnson for the win. So she'll go on to the final. So great action here today at the Calgary Curling Club. Thanks for joining us, everybody. So again, that was James Pahl over Wade White in the men's semi, and Tina Ford Johnson over Michelle Hartwell in the women's semifinal. We'll be back at 3 p.m. for the final game. Thanks, everybody.